Okay, welcome to another lesson in the SME classroom. I am happy to be with you here. So there are many reasons people go into business, and it could be that just the luxury of being your own boss, or just setting your own schedules where no one asks you what you're doing and where are you, and that kind of thing, or just even just setting your life the way you want. So probably then you're in that space and you're thinking, where then do I start? If I want to go into business, where do I start? What can I do? This is the right place to be. I'm going to help us also to just pick some of those ideas, just understand where can we start, what are the trading industries in the current market, so that then you can be able to see how you align your goals and you align your life in the space that you can be able to best fit in. Remember, as I always say, it is always going to do something that you're happy that you do every day, and it brings meaning into your life. And this is what I hope that you can find from these ideas: meaning and happiness for your life. So as we uncover these 10 top trending industries, whether for profits or just impact, we're going to see how SMEs can be able to tap in those industries. There's a lot happening in that space, and SMEs have a lot of opportunities they can come in. Whereas some of them may really look like they're such big industries, but remember, there's a space for everyone. And so I hope even as a small business, you can be able to pick an idea. The more they trend, actually, it means that whatever space, whatever level you come in, there's a high likelihood that you can be able to get in and do well in them. So, and it doesn't matter whether you're actually coming in as a new entrepreneur or you're already an established business and you're looking what you can do. These are just some of the areas you can look at. And now when I say top trading, it doesn't mean that there are no other industries. There are many other industries, and over time we'll cover many others. But today we're just going to look at the top 10 industries that are booming and they're doing well in this industry, in this market. So the first one is agribusiness. Agribusiness, whenever we listen or we hear about agribusiness, we just think farming. We think actually it is dirty, especially for the young people. I keep telling them that some of these industries that look like they are meant for the older people, because we think farming is for people, our folks in shags in the upcountry, people who are not learned and all that. But unfortunately, it is a whole change. I want to bring us back to like when COVID happened. Everything else came to a standstill except our stomachs. And our stomachs mean they need food. So whereas every other industry could have stopped, the industry for food continued booming. And I'm not sure as we speak what you can do without food. I really don't know. In fact, I always say the reason why we spend a lot of time working, it's because we need food. Because I would imagine if it was just clothes that you needed, I mean, you can buy clothes and stay with them for a whole year. You can, wherever you stay, you can build a house and stay there. You don't need to be doing things every other day. But when it comes to food, you must work for it every day. And so this is an industry not just for now, but even for the future. And so it is important that you can be able also to look into that so that you can be able to see how you can plug in. There are many areas you can come in from, farming, even if you're doing small businesses where you can just sell your items in the local market, or even go into the export industry, or you just look for the trending or the what is really happening. Like many people are becoming very health conscious, and so they are looking for how they can be able to eat more healthy, have more health lifestyles. And so even if it is in the markets, other than the markets, you can actually do in restaurants. We're also getting a lot of restaurants and other cafes that are trying to do organic food. So there's a lot that is within that agriculture space. Not only that, there is the value addition within the agri space. Now think about, for example, packaging. When you think about milk and packaging, you think about poultry farming, you think about all manner of farming that can come in. There is always something that can be done over. So if you are to pick dairy, for example, when you think about dairy, you can keep the cows that's in the farming and milk them. Now from there, when the milk gets out, you can either sell the milk as raw as it is, or you can process it. So you buy the milk from the farmers, process it into yogurt and other dairy products, and be able to bring that out into the market. So these are just some of the ways you can be. So when we say in the mainstream agriculture, that's the primary, but in the in the value chain, you can do value addition on the agricultural products that are coming from the farms, so that then you put in something more, or you transform that product that gets into the market. There are other things, like for example, I went into one farm and I saw how they're doing kind of making use of everything that comes from the farm. So there is crop farming, there is selling of those crops to, say, restaurants, schools, and many other places. Now that is primary. There is also now coming in where this person had actually also kept in animals like cows and pigs and poultry, rabbits, and so from that they could get manure. So the manure would go back to the farm, and that becomes now calls for organic farming. From it, they would also get gas, that is harvesting biogas from the waste products. So there's a lot that can be done. You can either do something that is holistic, or you can pick a part of it. You can be in the primary space, or you can be in the secondary space. You can be an agent, you can be a broker, you can go into the export market. There is a lot of opportunities in that space. You can open a restaurant, you're still within that space. Idea number 2, it's health. Now again, after all is said and done, money cannot buy our health. And so you find, yes, people are trying the best they can to be, in the space of being health conscious, to also live proper lifestyles, but also there are diseases that are all over. And so we are seeing a lot of upcoming businesses in the health sector. There is the mainstream, where we have the normal, medicines, and the kind, and the hospitals and all that. But there is also the other side, where we are getting herbal products, and these are becoming more popular by the day. We are having people who are actually setting up shops just specifically for that. They're either getting from the farms or wherever, from nature, things from nature that they turn around either into powder form, whatever, capsules, syrups, and all that for our own health. Some we take internally, so we consume them internally, others on our skins or externally. So all this is that people are looking for how they can be healthier. So if you think about going in that space, there's a lot of opportunities, and I'm sure if you go around in the communities that you're in, you will see a lot of this, because people are becoming more health conscious. They're becoming more keen into how do they take care of their health, so that they can reduce chances of getting sick and live healthy lives that they're strong, and they're able to go about their life. Number 3, in the past, people used to go to, like, for example, to supermarkets, to the markets, to buy products by themselves. Today, especially the young generation, they are just creating another whole idea of a business, and this is delivery services. Why? Because most of them just want things delivered at the comfort of their home. We've seen a lot of deliveries, delivery. We've seen even most eateries nowadays actually have that facility to deliver. Supermarkets are doing delivery. Nowadays, you just need to go into an app and call someone to go and pick for you things. So if you can come up with an organized business that can be able to do delivery, then that is also booming. Look at Uber. Uber is not just taking us from one place to the other. Uber is being used also in delivery services. So you want something delivered somewhere, you call them and tell them you need it delivered. All that is needed in this space is trust, because people need to be sure that whatever they ask for, it's going to be delivered in time, and it's also going to be delivered in good conditions. I've seen a lot of these also in the online shopping, because people shop online. These places like Jumia, these Kilimall, all the way from China. If you go to many of these apps nowadays, you can actually order for your things from China as little as 100 shillings, but it needs to be shipped, it needs to be transported to where you can pick it. And so for you to get that, you'll pay for the transport. And so that transport is an industry in itself, including the pickup points, pickup points where people now, I'm seeing people creating shelves and creating warehouses where people can be able to pick these things when they have been bought. So this is a booming industry. We are going into more of online shopping day by day. So anything associated with delivery and packaging and storage of this is booming business. So think how you can get in there. There are opportunities in that space. I'm not even exhausting all of them. It's just to give you ideas. You can go and do more insights into that. Now, another industry that is also coming up very strongly is the energy industry. People are looking for renewable energy. Remember, in agriculture, I talked about biogas, but rather than that, also because of global warming, because of the impact that the previous ways of getting energy have had, or even how we've consumed it, it has affected the environment in a way that now people have become so, or even governments, not just people alone, even governments are becoming very climate conscious. And so in that space, what we're looking at is we're looking at how can you be able to tap into that space of renewable energy. People are looking at energy that they can use, for example, solar energy that is cheaper. If you go to many homesteads nowadays, many estates, is a lot of solar energy, solar powering. There is also, I've seen in the SME space, I've seen also people coming up to produce like pellets made from sawdust, made from soil, made from, I mean, people are getting ideas. So that's another area you can explore. Renewable energy, there's a lot from lighting, from cooking, from doing so much that energy can do. Well, another industry that is booming is the water supply industry. Now, remember, water is life. And over time, it's almost like it is becoming like the scarcity of water in one or the other. Some areas, actually, there's such scarcity that I know somebody who their work is just to transport water to some specific places where people are buying in jerry cans. And so think about it, they're not big businesses. Definitely you can have big and small businesses in this space, but I'm just exploring the SMEs and how we can be able to get into this space. So in the water supply, think about packaging, think about even just harvesting raw water, availing it in the homes, in the industries, construction sites. Everywhere people are looking for water. And so if you can be able to find water and make it available where it is needed, there is a huge need. Even in the cities, at times there is scarcity of water in the taps, so the municipal counties are not able to supply as required. And so look at this and see how you can come in and supply the homesteads, the industries, the offices, everywhere there is a need of water. But just knowing there is need, it's a booming business within the water business. You can pick any space of it, from raw water to packaged water to bottled water, either way. So get to see what you can do in that space. Another industry that is booming is the co-working spaces. Now, since COVID happened, it opened us to a lot of opportunities and also things that can be done differently. All of a sudden, you couldn't go to an office, and so people started learning how to work online or to work remotely. And so before then there was a boom, especially I remember it was actually office space was in the construction industry, that was a booming business. But now many offices just lie there without nobody wanting to just go and pick their space for themselves unless your business has such kind of scale. But for small businesses, you don't have to start by thinking of maybe having a whole office for yourself. You can just think of the co-working spaces where you just go and rent your own small space, maybe a desk, maybe, and you get shared services like internet, cleaning. You don't have to think about those things all by yourself. So you find an office that is cleaned, you find internet is already connected, you find there's tea, there's a meeting room, it's a boardroom which is very well set. In your own space as you're starting, there's no way under the sun you'd think even of coming up with such a boardroom, because that would be too costly. The other industry that is coming up so much is also the cleaning industry. Now, as we get on, you find that many people are getting so busy doing many things that cleaning is not one of the key things they're looking at. And again, I am also focusing on the young people. As they get into the workspace, they've not yet reached probably where they need sitting house managers who can be able to come and do these things for them. So cleaning is becoming another thing. And now when you come to cleaning, it's not just cleaning. It's cleaning from clothes, cleaning the houses, but there's also arranging the houses, just making the spaces to be clean. So even cleaning offices and all that. So all that is also coming up, and it is also an industry that you can think about, one that you can also delve into and see how you can be able to offer something within that space. Another industry that we look at is the waste management. This comes all the way from garbage collection and also just recycling and coming up with products out of that. There is a lot that is happening. I've seen people doing fertilizers. There's one industry that I once visited where they turn plastic bottles, and you can imagine how plastic bottles, I mean, this is waste. Plastic bottles, to be able to turn them into flakes. These flakes are used to make yarn, and this yarn is used to make clothes. So there is all these opportunities now from getting those bottles, collections, and there's a lot in that space. But this is not the only one. There is also the organic waste, like from foodstuffs and all that. So that is being used to make manure, and many other opportunities that are existing within the waste industry. So another industry you can be thinking about is the manufacturing industry. In manufacturing is about transforming raw materials into usable products. And so in the manufacturing industry, there's a lot of support financially from governments, from donors. There is a lot of support in this industry. So as you think about this, you're getting into a space that is likely to have a lot of support, and so it is good to think about it. But maybe you're asking, so what do I come and manufacture? There are many things. Again, like I said, I'm just mentioning so that you can be able to pick these things and see where you bring them in and what fits who you are. Remember that. So you can do soaps. I've seen a lot of soap making. I've seen people manufacturing foodstuffs. I've seen people manufacturing oils. There's a lot that is happening in that space, and within the value chain also, whether it is providing packaging materials, whether it is the printing, whether it is the branding. There's a lot within the manufacturing industry and the related businesses. So again, when you get in there are opportunities. The main thing is look at where can you fit in, so that even as these industries are growing, you grow with them. Now, lastly is the online business. Now, there's a lot happening within the online sector, all the way from people doing content creation to people doing selling. There is a lot that SMEs can take in, not just to start your own business, but also to grow your own business. So if we talk about online selling, for example, there are tools that can help you in selling. Also, people are coming in, just social media management. So we are finding jobs in that space, or people can be able to just come and start a business and say, yes, here I am. I'm very good at managing social media handles. I can take care of your content within this space. And so those are also other opportunities that are coming in. There are plenty of them, especially online, because it's tech. It is getting revolutionized every day. So whether you're doing content creation, whether you're selling, whether you're managing other people's social media handles, whatever it is, there is a lot that you can do within the online space. So again, it's up to you to check. Do you go to Instagram? Do you go to Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? There are many. Is it about selling online like Jumia, Kilimall? There are so many. Where do you fit in? So always remember, in all these industries, there is the primary that is doing the very thing that is being done at the primary level, and then it goes into secondary, those people who are connected very directly to that industry, and then even goes to the outer space where there is even more support that comes in from that. So there's a lot to explore in this space. All I am just bringing out in this lesson is these are the top 10 industries. I'm sure there are many others, but think about these top 10 industries. So when you're doing your market research at the point that you want to get into the business space, pick an industry, go do your research and find out what is going on there from primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. There is something that is happening, and there is a lot that is going on there, and people are making money, people are finding their financial freedom, people are doing great in these spaces. So see where you can plug in, and I wish you all the very best. In the comment section, I would want to see some of the areas that you're thinking of going into, maybe if you've already gotten into some. Please share ideas, because as a community, it is good also that we share ideas so that many more people can benefit, get to hear, get to understand that there are people who are already making it in this space, and how you did it. How did you start? How has it been? Please share in the comment section, and remember to subscribe so that you can continue doing more and you don't miss any of the lessons that are coming.